Hello there. And welcome to the Sleepy Space Science channel. I'm so glad you found your way here tonight. Maybe you've had a long, heavy day. Or maybe you're the kind of person who likes falling asleep to quiet thoughts about distant planets instead of counting sheep. Either way, tonight's journey is for you. Here, nothing needs your effort. There's nothing to solve or remember. Just gentle ideas, slow science. And a calm place for your thoughts to drift as your body rests. You don't have to do anything now. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw relax. Let your breathing slow. In and out. Feel your body growing a little heavier. As if gravity itself has become kinder tonight. Not pulling. Just holding. Your only task is to listen. To let the words wash over you. And to drift wherever your thoughts want to go. Because tonight, we're not just thinking about space. We're drifting gently toward one of the strangest worlds in our solar system. Venus, a planet often called Earth's twin, yet almost nothing like home. Tonight's question is simple and strange. What if humans and animals tried to live on Venus? A place where clouds glow softly with acid. Where days last longer than years. And where familiar ideas of ground, sky, and air behave in unfamiliar ways. We'll travel slowly from Venus as a distant planet to Venus as a possible home. From overwhelming heat to gentle floating skies. From human limits to imagined adaptations in animals. Along the way, we'll meet thick clouds, endless winds, and quiet lessons about why Earth is so rare. Some of what you hear may surprise you. Some may simply give your mind something soft and curious to wander through as you fall asleep. And before we begin, if these calm space journeys help you unwind or end your day more peacefully, consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It helps other sleepy minds find their way here, one person at a time. Now, let's begin. Venus is often called Earth's sister planet. It's nearly the same size and made of similar materials. But beneath that familiarity lies a world shaped by extremes. Like a familiar face seen through thick fog. From space, Venus looks calm and beautiful. Wrapped in pale clouds that reflect sunlight softly. It hides its surface completely. A planet that prefers privacy. Those clouds are not made of water. They are thick with sulfuric acid droplets. Bright, reflective, and dangerous. Like a shining veil that cannot be touched. On the surface of Venus, the air is incredibly dense. So heavy it presses down with the weight of an ocean. Standing there would feel like being deep underwater. Pressure quietly shaping every moment. The temperature on Venus is hot enough to melt lead. Day and night, pole to equator, it barely changes. Heat lingers, trapped by the atmosphere. A planet that never cools. As you listen, feel your body sinking a little deeper into rest. The world around you is quiet, and Venus can keep turning even while you sleep. If humans tried to live on Venus's surface, survival would be brief. Our bodies are not built for crushing pressure or endless heat. Even machines struggle there. The planet is firm about its boundaries. Animals would face the same challenge. Fur, scales, feathers, none protect against such pressure. Heat overwhelms biology quickly. Life would have no place to hide. Yet Venus has another layer. High above the surface, the atmosphere becomes gentler. Pressure softens. Temperatures cool. About 50 kilometers above the ground. Conditions become strangely Earth-like. Not friendly, but survivable. A narrow, floating window of calm. Here, air pressure feels similar to standing on Earth. Temperatures hover around a warm afternoon. The danger still exists, but it's quieter. A place where imagination begins to wander. Let your breathing remain slow and easy. There's nothing here you need to picture clearly. Scientists imagine floating cities on Venus. Not on the ground, but suspended in the clouds. Gently buoyed by the thick air. Like islands drifting in a golden sky. These cities would never touch the surface. They would glide slowly, carried by constant winds. Always moving. Never landing. Humans inside would live enclosed lives. Protected by walls and filters. Breathing carefully recycled air. Separated, yet present. Animals, too, could only exist inside such shelters. Small creatures, carefully monitored. Birds that never fly freely. Life contained within boundaries. Venus's winds are powerful but steady. They circle the planet faster than Venus itself turns. A strange rhythm. The sky moving quicker than the ground below. As you listen, feel your thoughts slowing. Venus can keep drifting, and you can rest. Days on Venus are longer than its years. The sun rises slowly, then sets just as slowly. Light moves with patience there. Time stretching differently. A human living in the clouds might see one sunrise in a lifetime. Shadows barely shifting. Light lingering for months. A world without urgency. Animals rely on cycles. Day and night. Sleep and wakefulness. On Venus, those rhythms would need reinvention. Plants would struggle most of all. Little sunlight reaches through the clouds. Photosynthesis becomes uncertain. Green life feels far away. Without plants, ecosystems remain fragile. Every breath depends on technology. Every meal planned. Life becomes deliberate. Let your body feel heavier now. The bed supports you gently. Venus teaches us how precise life's balance is. A little more heat. A little more air. And everything changes. Earth and Venus likely began very similar. Water once flowed. Temperatures were mild. Then paths diverged. Venus's oceans vanished long ago. Water escaped into space. Heat took over. A slow transformation. This makes Venus a quiet warning. Not frightening. Just informative. A planet showing what imbalance becomes. For humans and animals, Venus is not home. It is a place to visit carefully. To study gently. To respect deeply. As you listen, feel yourself drifting. The universe is wide, and you are safe here. Floating above Venus, Earth would appear bright in the sky. A small blue dot. Calm. Familiar. From Venus, Earth would feel precious. Balanced. Forgiving. Perfectly timed. Animals evolved for Earth's gentleness. Gravity just right. Air just thin enough. Heat just tolerable. Humans, too, are shaped by Earth. Bones. Lungs. Sleep cycles. Venus reminds us that survival is not guaranteed everywhere. It is earned by balance. Protected by stability. And cherished by rest. The clouds of Venus are thick and layered. They stretch for many kilometers. Always moving. Always hiding what lies below. If humans lived there, the clouds would become their ground. Not solid. Not still. But gently supportive. Floating habitats would rely on buoyancy. Air lighter than Venus's atmosphere. Lift created quietly. No engines required. This makes Venus strangely calm in the sky. No sudden storms like Earth's. Just steady, endless winds. A constant, gentle motion. Animals inside these habitats would adapt slowly. Smaller bodies. Lower energy needs. Carefully controlled lives. As you listen, feel your body sinking deeper into rest. Venus can keep drifting, and you don't need to follow it. Birds could exist only as companions. Never touching open air. Never soaring freely. Flight remembered, not practiced. Fish would make little sense on Venus. No oceans remain. Only air and cloud. Water becomes precious. Even insects would struggle. Venus's chemistry is harsh. Acidic. Unforgiving. Life would depend entirely on protection. Filters. Barriers. Constant care. This dependence changes how life feels. Every breath planned. Every movement monitored. Nothing taken for granted. Let your breathing stay slow and easy. There is nothing urgent here. Venus has almost no water left. Only traces in the air. No rivers. No rain. Animals need water to regulate heat. To move nutrients. To survive. On Venus, this becomes a daily challenge. Humans would recycle every drop. Nothing wasted. Nothing spilled. Water becomes sacred. Without oceans, Venus feels silent. No waves. No tides. Only wind. That wind never rests. It circles the planet endlessly, carrying clouds with it. A planet that breathes sideways. As you listen, let your thoughts soften. The motion can stay outside your mind. Venus spins very slowly. One day lasts longer than a year. Time feels stretched. Almost paused. Humans depend on rhythm. Sleep. Wake. Rest. On Venus, artificial cycles would replace the sun. Lights turning on and off. Days created by machines. Time redesigned. Animals would rely on those same cycles. Learning new patterns. Adapting slowly. Trusting artificial skies. This makes Venus feel distant emotionally. Technically possible. Biologically difficult. Never quite natural. Feel the bed beneath you now. You are supported here. Venus's surface is volcanic. Wide plains of hardened lava. Mountains taller than Earth's. A restless past. Occasional volcanic activity may still exist. Slow. Quiet. Hidden beneath clouds. Life above would never see it. Only sense subtle heat changes. A planet murmuring far below. Unreachable. Animals are sensitive to their environment. Smells. Sounds. Magnetic fields. Venus's magnetic field is weak. Barely present. Cosmic radiation passes more easily. Protection becomes essential. As you listen, feel yourself drifting further. The universe handles these details for you. Humans evolved under Earth's magnetic shield. Quietly protected. Rarely noticed. Always there. On Venus, shielding would be artificial. Walls. Materials. Careful design. Animals would need the same care. Lives shaped by engineering. Not environment. Nature replaced by technology. Venus teaches us how much Earth gives freely. air, water, protection. For humans and animals alike. Venus would never feel like home. Only a place of careful presence and constant respect. Living on Venus would require constant awareness. Every system watched. Every balance maintained. Nothing left unattended. On Earth, life relaxes into its environment. On Venus, life must be carried, held, supported at all times. Animals sense safety through freedom. Space to roam. Air to feel. Ground to trust. On Venus, those instincts would feel confused. Movement limited. Boundaries fixed. Nature constrained. Even the idea of outside changes there. Outside is dangerous. Inside is survival. Walls become horizons. As you listen, feel your body settling deeper into rest. The contrast can stay gentle and distant. Venus's clouds block most sunlight. The world below remains dim. Light becomes rare. Shadows soften. Humans rely on sunlight for rhythm and mood. Animals rely on it for instinct. Without it, life grows quieter. More inward. Artificial light would become the sun. Carefully timed. Carefully balanced. A manufactured sky. Plants would be difficult to sustain. Light too weak. Chemistry too harsh. Growth uncertain. Without plants, animals lose their foundation. Food chains shorten. Life simplifies. Complexity fades. Let your breathing remain slow and easy. You don't need to imagine details clearly. Venus's air is mostly carbon dioxide. Heavy. Thick. Unbreathable. Humans evolved with oxygen-rich skies. Animals too. Every cell expects it. Life depends on it. On Venus, oxygen must be made. Filtered. Recycled. Guarded carefully. Animals would rely entirely on human systems. No independent survival. No natural escape. Only care. This dependence reshapes relationships. Humans as guardians. Animals as companions. Life intertwined. As you listen, feel your thoughts drifting gently. Nothing needs your focus now. Venus does not offer seasons. No spring or autumn. No cycles of bloom or decay. Just constancy. Animals are shaped by seasons. Migration. Hibernation. Breeding rhythms. On Venus, those instincts would need rewriting. Biology adapting slowly. Behavior reshaped gently. Life learning patience. Humans would simulate seasons. Lights changing color. Temperatures shifting slightly. Earth remembered. Memory becomes important there. Remembering forests. Remembering rain. Remembering wind on skin. Let your body feel heavy and supported. You are safe here on Earth. Venus has almost no night sky. Clouds hide the stars. Darkness feels enclosed. The universe feels distant. On Earth, stars remind us of scale. On Venus, they disappear. Perspective shrinks. Focus turns inward. Animals navigate by stars and sun. On Venus, guidance vanishes. Instincts lose reference. Orientation becomes artificial. Humans would bring stars inside. Screens. Maps. Stories of the sky. Venus teaches how much we borrow from Earth unknowingly. Sight. Time. Direction. As you listen, let that gratitude soften your thoughts. There is nothing to hold on to. The winds of Venus never stop. They circle endlessly. Not violent. Just persistent. Floating habitats would drift forever. Never anchored. Never still. Always moving gently. Animals sense motion constantly. A subtle sway. A quiet glide. Balance always adjusting. Humans would grow used to it. Movement becoming background. Drift becoming normal. Stillness redefined. Venus would teach patience. Acceptance. Careful living. And respect for limits. Venus has no rain as we know it. Clouds gather but never fall. Droplets evaporate before touching the ground. A cycle that never completes. Animals depend on rain indirectly. Plants drink. Rivers flow. Life spreads outward. On Venus, water stays suspended. Always above. Never reaching below. Hope hovering out of reach. Humans would harvest moisture from the air. Tiny droplets captured carefully. Water collected patiently. Every drop counted. Animals would drink only what humans provide. Bowls filled deliberately. Supplies monitored gently. Care becomes routine. As you listen, feel your body settling further into rest. The planet can stay distant while you relax. Venus smells unfamiliar. Sulfur compounds linger in the air. Sharp but distant. A chemistry never meant for lungs. Animals rely on scent for safety and comfort. Food. Companionship. Recognition. On Venus, smells would be filtered away. Artificial air replacing natural cues. Instincts softened. Senses simplified. Humans would adapt more easily. We already live indoors. Animals feel the loss more deeply. Nature narrowed. This teaches us that survival is not the same as living. Life is more than endurance. It is freedom. And ease. Let your breathing stay slow and easy. Nothing here asks for effort. Venus's gravity is slightly weaker than Earth's. Bodies would feel a little lighter. Movement slightly easier. Bones less strained. Animals might enjoy this difference. Gentler landings. Easier jumps. Motion softened. But long-term changes appear slowly. Muscles weaken without resistance. Bones thin. Bodies adjust. Humans already study this in space. Exercise becomes essential. Movement scheduled. Health carefully maintained. Animals would need similar care. Play encouraged. Motion guided. Instinct supported artificially. As you listen, let your muscles soften further. You are supported here. Venus has little protection from cosmic radiation. Its weak magnetic field allows particles through. Invisible but constant. A silent pressure. Animals are sensitive to radiation over time. Cells divide. DNA shifts. Life grows cautious. Humans would shield habitats carefully. Thick walls. Dense materials. Quiet protection. Animals would live deeper inside. Far from outer walls. Closer to safety. Comfort shaped by design. Again, Venus reminds us how much Earth gives freely. Protection without thought. Safety without effort. Balance without planning. Let your thoughts drift gently now. You don't need to hold on to them. Sound behaves differently in dense air. On Venus, sound would travel strangely. Heavier. Slower. Animals use sound to navigate. Calls. Warnings. Connection. Inside habitats, sound would be controlled. Softened. Filtered. Gentle. This could comfort some animals. Quiet spaces. Low echoes. Calm surroundings. Others might miss the open world. Wide calls. Distant responses. Freedom of sound. As you listen, feel the quiet around you. Silence can be kind. Venus does not support wild ecosystems. No forests. No oceans. No grasslands. Animals evolved within ecosystems. Webs of life. Balance through interaction. Shared survival. On Venus, ecosystems would be miniature. Artificial. Contained. Fragile. Humans would become caretakers of balance. Every interaction considered. Every population managed. Responsibility constant. Venus shows that life thrives best when it is free. Supported by nature. Not enclosed by necessity. A quiet lesson. Venus's surface is hidden from view. No horizons to watch. No distant landmarks. The world feels enclosed. Animals rely on open space for calm. Wide views reduce stress. Movement feels safer. Boundaries feel farther away. Inside Venus habitats, space would be planned carefully. Curves instead of corners. Soft light instead of glare. Comfort designed intentionally. Humans already understand this need. We add windows. We add plants. We recreate nature indoors. Animals would benefit from this design too. Artificial gardens. Gentle sounds. Familiar textures. As you listen, feel your body sinking deeper into rest. Nothing here requires effort. Venus's clouds glow softly in sunlight. Light scatters evenly. No sharp shadows. A constant golden haze. This light could feel calming. No harsh brightness. No sudden darkness. Just steady illumination. Animals sensitive to light might adjust well. Eyes relax. Stress lowers. Movement slows. Humans might find it dreamlike. Days blending into one another. Time loosening its grip. Moments stretching gently. Venus teaches a slower pace. Nothing rushes. Nothing demands speed. Patience becomes natural. Let your breathing remain slow and easy. There is nowhere you need to be. Venus's atmosphere presses evenly from all sides. No sudden gusts. No sharp storms. Just constant pressure. Animals sense pressure changes instinctively. On Venus, that sense would quiet. Nothing shifts abruptly. The environment feels steady. Humans might find this soothing. No sudden weather. No surprise fronts. Consistency everywhere. Consistency reduces stress. Predictability calms the nervous system. Life slows. Rest deepens. Venus would enforce routine. Same light. Same temperature. Same gentle motion. As you listen, feel your thoughts softening. Routine can be comforting. Animals thrive on routine too. Feeding times. Rest cycles. Familiar patterns. On Venus, routine becomes essential. Every system synchronized. Every life supported. balance carefully maintained. This creates a quiet harmony. Nothing chaotic. Nothing sudden. Everything deliberate. Humans might sleep more deeply there. With no storms outside. No night noises. Only soft mechanical hums. Animals would learn these sounds. Recognizing safety. Finding calm. Resting within rhythm. Let the quiet around you feel steady and safe. You are supported here. Venus has no seasons to mark time. No leaves falling. No snow arriving. Change slows. Animals use seasons to know when to change. On Venus, signals vanish. Instinct waits. Adaptation begins. Humans would create milestones. Artificial seasons. Celebrated cycles. Time remembered socially. Animals might respond to these cues. Lights dimming. Temperatures shifting slightly. Gentle guidance. Life becomes cooperative. Humans guiding. Animals trusting. Systems supporting all. As you listen, let your body grow heavier. The bed holds you effortlessly. Venus is closer to the sun than Earth. Sunlight arrives stronger. Filtered by clouds. Softened before reaching you. This filtered sunlight feels diffused. Warm but not harsh. Bright but gentle. A constant glow. Animals sensitive to heat would appreciate this balance. Warmth without burning. Light without glare. Comfort controlled. Humans might feel suspended in twilight. Neither day nor night. Just presence. Just calm. Venus shows that comfort can exist anywhere. But home requires freedom. Ease. And nature's quiet support. Living on Venus would make silence feel different. Not empty. Just contained. Held within walls and clouds. Animals often listen for distant sounds. Wind through trees. Calls across open land. On Venus, distance disappears. Inside habitats, sounds become close. Footsteps. Breathing. Soft machinery. This closeness could feel comforting. Everything nearby. Nothing unknown. A small world made gentle. For some animals, smaller worlds reduce fear. Boundaries feel safer. Movement feels predictable. Rest comes easier. As you listen, let your breathing remain slow and natural. Nothing needs your attention. Venus's chemistry is harsh but stable. Acids remain suspended. Reactions happen slowly. Nothing sudden. Life prefers stability. Change can be stressful. Predictability calms. Venus offers constancy. Humans would design environments carefully. Materials chosen thoughtfully. Surfaces soft to touch. Spaces meant to soothe. Animals respond to texture. Soft ground. Familiar scents. Comfort in touch. Artificial soil might fill small gardens. Not true earth. But close enough. Memory made physical. Let your body sink a little deeper into rest. You are supported here. Venus has little variation in temperature. No cold nights. No cool mornings. Just warmth. Animals regulate heat through movement and shade. On Venus, shade is everywhere. Heat constant. Balance maintained artificially. Humans would cool their habitats gently. Never cold. Never hot. Always even. This evenness can feel calming. The body relaxes. Muscles loosen. Breathing slows. Animals often sleep better in steady warmth. No shivering. No sudden chill. Rest comes naturally. As you listen, feel the warmth around you. Safe and steady. Venus's clouds move faster than the planet spins. The sky races. The ground barely turns. Time feels layered. Humans would live between these layers. Slow routines. Fast skies. Motion above, calm within. Animals might sense this contrast. A gentle sway. A constant drift. Movement without effort. Floating habitats would glide endlessly. No anchors. No destinations. Just circulation. This endless motion could feel like being rocked. A cradle in the sky. Always moving. Never falling. Let your breathing stay soft and slow. The image can drift away. Venus would change how humans define land. No soil beneath feet. Only air below. Trust redefined. Animals depend on ground for certainty. Standing. Running. Resting. Artificial floors would become earth. Stable. Reliable. Engineered safety. Over time, instincts adapt. What feels strange becomes normal. What feels normal becomes home. Adaptation is quiet. Yet some instincts never fade. The desire for open sky. For freedom. For choice. As you listen, let your thoughts soften. You don't need to resolve anything. Venus offers survival, not abundance. Enough air. Enough space. Enough comfort. Earth offers more than enough. Forests. Oceans. Unplanned beauty. This contrast becomes clear on Venus. Life there is intentional. Life here is generous. A quiet difference. Humans and animals would learn appreciation. For rain. For soil. For open horizons. Venus teaches gratitude without words. By showing limits. By offering contrast. By remaining distant. Living on Venus would make planning feel constant. Every day accounted for. Every resource measured. Care woven into routine. Animals sense when life is predictable. Predictability lowers stress. Steady patterns soothe. Calm grows quietly. Venus would offer that predictability. No storms to watch for. No sudden cold. Only steady conditions. Humans might find comfort in this steadiness. Days blending together gently. Time losing its sharp edges. Life slowing down. Animals would respond to caretakers' calm. Gentle voices. Soft routines. Trust built slowly. As you listen, feel your body settling further into rest. The rhythm is slow and kind. Venus's clouds never part to reveal the surface. No distant mountains. No visible ground. Only layers of sky. This could feel disorienting at first. No down to look toward. No faraway place to focus on. Perspective changes. Over time, the mind adapts. Attention turns inward. Details become smaller. Presence becomes closer. Animals are good at adapting quietly. They follow safety. They follow warmth. They follow care. Venus would teach attention to the immediate. Here and now. Not far away. Not beyond reach. Let your breathing remain slow and easy. Nothing needs effort. Venus has no familiar smells of nature. No soil after rain. No leaves. No bark. Animals rely on these scents for comfort, familiarity, recognition, belonging. Humans would recreate these smells carefully. Earth scents. Wood. Green life. Animals would respond gently. Calming behaviors return. Stress lowers. Memory awakens. Memory becomes a form of nourishment. Reminders of home. Comfort carried across space. Earth remembered. As you listen, let your thoughts soften. Memories can drift without effort. Venus would make every creature dependent on cooperation. Humans caring for animals. Animals trusting humans. Life intertwined. This dependence deepens responsibility. Care becomes constant. Attention becomes gentle. Presence matters. Animals sense this presence. Safety grows. Fear recedes. Rest comes easier. Humans, too, would slow down. Fewer distractions. Fewer choices. Life simplified. Simpler lives can feel calmer. Less noise. Less hurry. More stillness. Let your body feel heavy and supported. You are safe here. Venus offers no wild places. Nothing untouched. Nothing unmanaged. Nature fully enclosed. Animals evolved for wildness. Unplanned movement. Choice. Exploration. On Venus, exploration would be limited. Corridors instead of forests. Rooms instead of fields. Boundaries everywhere. Some animals might adapt quietly. Others might feel restlessness. Instinct pressing softly. Unresolved. Humans would notice this. Care would increase. Enrichment added. Compassion required. As you listen, feel yourself drifting further into rest. Venus reminds us that life is more than survival. It is choice. It is freedom. It is ease. Animals show us this clearly. When they are free, they flourish. When constrained, they endure. A quiet truth. Humans would learn from this. Responsibility deepens. Respect grows. Awareness expands. Venus becomes a mirror. Reflecting what Earth provides. Reflecting what life needs. Reflecting balance. And in that reflection, we see Earth as home. Not by convenience, but by harmony. Venus would make silence feel intentional. Not empty. Not lonely. Just carefully maintained. Animals often listen for distant life. Calls. Movement. Signs of others. On Venus, life would sound close and contained. Footsteps nearby. Breathing shared. Presence felt. This closeness could build trust. Nothing hidden far away. Nothing unexpected approaching. Everything within reach. For some animals, this would feel safe. Predictable. Reliable. Calm. As you listen, feel your body sink deeper into rest. The world around you is quiet. Venus's atmosphere presses evenly from all sides. No sudden changes. No sharp shifts. Steadiness everywhere. Animals are sensitive to pressure changes. Storms on Earth trigger unease. On Venus, pressure barely shifts. Nervous systems relax. Humans might feel this too. A constant, gentle embrace. Air holding the body. Not pushing, just supporting. This pressure would shape architecture. Rounded structures. Smooth surfaces. Designs that yield, not resist. Living spaces would feel cocoon-like. Enclosed. Protective. Quiet. Let your breathing remain slow and natural. You don't need to imagine details clearly. Venus has no familiar weather patterns. No storms forming. No clouds breaking. Only movement without drama. Animals often respond to weather changes. Shifts in wind. Drops in pressure. Signals to act. On Venus, those signals disappear. Behavior becomes steadier. Reactions soften. Life slows. Humans would notice calmer days. No weather alerts. No forecasts needed. Stability reigns. This stability could be soothing. Less anticipation. Less tension. More presence. As you listen, feel your thoughts loosening. Nothing needs solving now. Venus offers no open wilderness. No unexpected discoveries. No sudden encounters. Everything planned. Animals thrive on curiosity. Exploring. Investigating. Learning. Humans would need to design curiosity. New objects. Changing layouts. Mental stimulation. Animals would engage with these changes. Sniffing. Observing. Adapting slowly. Life becomes intentional creativity. Not found, but made. Carefully. Let your body feel heavy and supported. You are safe here. Venus's clouds scatter sound softly. No sharp echoes. No loud crashes. Everything muted. Animals sensitive to noise would rest more easily. No thunder. No sudden booms. Just low hums. Humans would grow used to quiet. Voices lowered naturally. Movements gentler. Life slowed. Quiet encourages awareness. Listening more. Speaking less. Presence deepening. Venus would teach gentle living. Careful motion. Soft communication. Intentional calm. As you listen, let the quiet around you deepen. Nothing interrupts this moment. Venus does not allow neglect. Every system matters. Every life counts. Attention is constant. Animals would feel this attention. Consistent care. Predictable routines. Trust forming. Humans, too, would feel responsibility deepen. Slowing down. Paying attention. Being present. Life on Venus becomes a shared effort. No independence. No isolation. Only cooperation. And through that cooperation, Venus teaches a quiet truth. Life survives through balance. And thrives through care. Venus would make stillness feel deliberate. Nothing accidental. Nothing unmanaged. Everything intentional. Animals often relax when environments are consistent. Same sounds. Same spaces. Same gentle routines. On Venus, consistency would be everywhere. Light rarely changing. Temperature steady. Movement predictable. Humans might feel time stretch. Hours blending softly. Days losing sharp edges. Moments drifting. This slow sense of time can be calming. Less urgency. Less pressure. More presence. As you listen, feel your body sinking a little deeper into rest. There is nothing to hurry. Venus offers no natural shelter. No caves. No trees. Protection must be built. Animals instinctively seek shelter. Shade. Cover. Safe corners. Habitats would provide this comfort. Rounded walls. Quiet spaces. Soft lighting. Humans would design for calm. Knowing stress affects survival. Knowing rest matters. Design becomes care. Animals would feel this intention. Calm environments encourage calm behavior. Trust grows slowly. Rest deepens. Let your breathing remain slow and easy. Nothing asks for effort now. Venus has no familiar landmarks. No mountains to watch approach. No rivers to follow. Orientation changes. Animals navigate by landmarks. Paths remembered. Territory known. On Venus, memory adapts. Habitats would create internal landmarks. Colors. Textures. Patterns. Over time, animals learn these cues. Movement becomes confident. Fear reduces. Comfort returns. Humans, too, rely on these signals. Familiar spaces ground the mind. Stability supports rest. Routine becomes home. As you listen, let your thoughts soften and drift. You don't need to picture anything clearly. Venus's thick atmosphere filters sound and light. Everything arrives softened. Muted. Gentle. Animals sensitive to overstimulation might benefit. Less glare. Less noise. More calm. Humans might find this soothing. Eyes relax. Ears rest. Awareness slows. Venus feels wrapped in a blanket of cloud. Nothing sharp. Nothing sudden. Just diffusion. Diffusion spreads intensity thin. Making extremes manageable. Turning pressure into presence. Heat into warmth. Let your body feel heavy and supported. The bed holds you gently. Venus reminds us that environments shape behavior. Calm spaces create calm beings. Harsh spaces demand constant effort. Balance matters. Animals mirror their surroundings. Stress reflects stress. Calm reflects calm. Care matters deeply. Humans would learn to move slowly there. Quick motions waste energy. Gentle movement conserves it. Life slows by necessity. This slowness could feel peaceful. No rushing. No crowds. Just measured living. Venus would not reward haste. Only patience. Only attention. Only care. As you listen, feel yourself drifting further into rest. The rhythm is slow and kind. Animals sense intention. Calm caretakers soothe. Gentle handling reassures. Trust deepens. On Venus, care would be constant. No shortcuts. No neglect. Life sustained deliberately. Humans would become quieter there. Less noise. Less urgency. More presence. Venus becomes a teacher of restraint. Showing limits gently. Without anger. Without force. And through that restraint, humans and animals would learn that survival is shared. And calm is chosen. Venus would make mornings feel different. No sunrise to announce the day. Light already present. Time unfolding quietly. Humans would wake by routine, not by sun. Gentle lights brightening slowly. Sounds kept low. Days beginning softly. Animals would learn these cues. Lights warming. Voices stirring. Life easing awake. Without dawn and dusk. Days blur into one another. Sharp transitions fade. Continuity remains. This continuity can feel calming. No rush to begin. No urgency to end. Just steady presence. As you listen, feel your body resting more deeply. There is nowhere to go. Venus has no familiar sky colors. No blue above. No stars below clouds. Just glowing layers. Animals raised there would never know open skies. Their sense of above would change. Ceilings become horizons. Comfort redefined. Humans might project skies indoors. Soft blues. Slow-moving clouds. Memories made visible. These images would soothe both people and animals. Familiar colors calm the mind. Known patterns reduce stress. Memory becomes medicine. Venus would remind us how deeply we carry Earth. Even across planets. Even inside machines. Home travels with us. Let your breathing stay slow and natural. Nothing needs effort now. Venus's winds never pause. They circle endlessly. A planet wrapped in motion. Yet never chaotic. Habitats would sway gently. Not enough to disturb. Just enough to feel alive. Like being rocked. Animals might find comfort in this motion. A steady rhythm. A constant lull. Rest encouraged. Humans often sleep better with gentle movement. Trains. Boats. Soft vibrations. Venus could feel like a cradle in the sky. Always moving. Never falling. Held by thick air. As you listen, let the image fade gently. You don't need to hold it. Venus offers no wild silence. Machines hum quietly. Air flows through systems. Life supported constantly. Animals would learn these sounds, associating them with safety, with warmth, with care. Humans would stop noticing them. Background noise becomes neutral. Awareness relaxes. Rest deepens. This hum becomes Venus's heartbeat. Steady. Reliable. Comforting. Life there would feel artificial. Yet carefully nurturing. Not natural. But intentional. Let your body feel heavy and supported. The bed holds you gently. Venus has no familiar animals of its own. No birds. No insects. No native life. Any animals there would be visitors. Carried carefully from Earth. Protected constantly. Never free. This responsibility would feel heavy. Every life precious. Every mistake costly. Care becomes sacred. Animals sense when they are valued. Gentle handling. Consistent routines. Trust grows. Humans would slow down because of this. Attention sharpened. Movements careful. Presence deepened. As you listen, feel your thoughts soften. Nothing needs resolving. Venus would remove distractions. No changing weather. No wild landscapes. Only immediate surroundings. Attention turns inward. To relationships. To care. To rhythm. Animals thrive when attention is calm and steady. No sudden stress. No unpredictability. Only care. Humans might rediscover patience there. Waiting. Observing. Listening. Venus teaches that life endures through gentleness. Through awareness. Through balance. And through rest. Venus would make patience a daily skill. Nothing happens quickly. Nothing resolves instantly. Time stretches gently. Animals sense patience through calm handling. Slow movements. Soft voices. Predictable care. Humans would move differently there. Less rushing. More pauses. Energy conserved. Without urgency, stress loses its grip. Muscles soften. Breathing slows. Attention relaxes. Venus would quietly encourage this softness. Through constancy. Through limits. Through stillness. As you listen, feel your body sinking deeper into rest. There is no hurry. Venus offers no sudden surprises. No storms forming suddenly. No weather turning sharp. Only steady conditions. Animals are less anxious in steady environments. Predictability feels safe. Familiar patterns soothe. Rest comes easier. Humans would notice fewer adrenaline moments. Life becomes smoother. Less reactive. More deliberate. Even conversation might slow. Words chosen carefully. Silence respected. Listening deepens. Venus would shape culture quietly. Calm becomes valued. Gentleness rewarded. Balance admired. Let your breathing remain slow and easy. You don't need to focus. Venus has no familiar ground beneath the clouds. Only endless air below. Trust becomes essential. Fear learns to rest. Animals trust what holds them consistently. Stable floors. Gentle motion. Reliable care. Habitats would feel solid despite floating. Engineered stability. Quiet reassurance. Confidence built slowly. Humans would grow comfortable with this trust. Less checking. Less doubt. More acceptance. Acceptance reduces mental strain. Thoughts settle. Awareness softens. Rest deepens. As you listen, let your thoughts drift freely. They don't need direction. Venus teaches that control must be gentle. Too rigid, and life resists. Too loose, and safety fades. Balance is key. Animals respond best to gentle boundaries. Clear limits. Kind enforcement. Trust preserved. Humans would learn restraint there. Careful choices. Measured responses. Intentional living. This restraint can feel peaceful. Less excess. Less noise. More clarity. Venus would remove the illusion of abundance. Every resource counted. Every action matters. Awareness grows. Let your body feel heavy and supported. The bed holds you securely. Animals thrive when needs are met consistently. Food on time. Water available. Safety assured. Venus would demand this consistency. No margin for neglect. No room for carelessness. Attention constant. Humans might become quieter caretakers. Observing more. Intervening gently. Listening closely. Quiet caretaking creates calm environments. Stress lowers. Trust strengthens. Life steadies. Venus would feel like a long, steady breath. In. And out. without rush. As you listen, feel that breath match your own. Slow and gentle. Venus offers no dramatic beauty. No mountains breaking clouds. No oceans reflecting light. Beauty becomes subtle. Animals notice subtle beauty. Light changes. Texture shifts. Familiar patterns. Humans would learn to notice these details too. Small movements. Quiet sounds. Soft transitions. Attention narrows kindly. Not limiting, but deepening. Presence strengthens. Venus teaches that life slows when it must be cared for. And in slowing, calm appears. And rest follows. Venus would make care feel continuous. Not occasional. Not optional. Always present. Animals relax when care is consistent. Regular meals. Gentle handling. Familiar routines. On Venus, care would never pause. Systems monitored quietly. Lives supported steadily. Attention constant. This constancy could feel comforting. Nothing forgotten. Nothing ignored. Everything noticed. Comfort grows when nothing is rushed. Moments stretch. Breaths deepen. Awareness softens. As you listen, feel your body settling even more deeply. There is no urgency here. Venus would reduce choices. Fewer paths. Fewer distractions. Simplicity everywhere. Animals often prefer simple environments. Clear boundaries. Predictable spaces. Less confusion. Humans might resist this at first. Then adapt. Then appreciate. Clarity replacing noise. With fewer choices, decisions feel lighter. Less mental strain. Less second-guessing. Calm increases. Venus would quietly teach minimalism. Only what is needed. Only what is useful. Only what supports life. Let your breathing remain slow and easy. Nothing needs effort now. Venus has no distant horizons. Everything is near. Contained. Reachable. Animals feel safer when threats are visible. On Venus, nothing approaches unseen. No sudden movement. No surprises. Humans would notice this safety. No predators. No storms. No unexpected change. This predictability calms the nervous system. Alertness lowers. Muscles relax. Rest deepens. Venus would feel like a world without alarms. Nothing demanding reaction. Nothing shouting urgency. Only steady presence. As you listen, let your thoughts drift freely. They don't need direction. Venus would reshape social bonds. Fewer people. Closer connections. Shared responsibility. Animals bond more deeply in small groups. Familiar faces. Consistent caretakers. Trust strengthens. Humans would feel this closeness too. Community becomes essential. Isolation fades. Connection matters. Life slows when relationships are central. Listening increases. Speaking softens. Presence grows. Venus would reward cooperation. No room for conflict. No space for neglect. Only shared care. Let your body feel heavy and supported. The bed holds you gently. Venus offers no natural beauty to distract. No sunsets. No stars. Beauty becomes internal. Animals find beauty in comfort. warmth, safety, gentle touch. Humans would learn the same. Beauty in calm routines, in quiet companionship, in shared silence. Silence becomes valuable. Not awkward, not empty, just peaceful. Venus would make silence familiar. A background state. Always present. Always gentle. As you listen, feel the quiet around you deepen. Nothing interrupts this moment. Venus does not forgive neglect. Every detail matters. Every system supports life. Care is essential. Animals sense this seriousness. Calm attention reassures them. Consistency builds trust. Safety feels real. Humans would become more mindful. Actions considered. Movements deliberate. Awareness steady. Mindfulness slows time. Moments expand. Stress softens. Rest grows. Venus teaches that life survives through attention. And attention, when gentle, leads naturally to calm. Venus would make every movement feel intentional. Nothing wasted. Nothing rushed. Everything measured. Animals respond to this intention. Careful steps feel safe. Gentle handling reassures. Calm spreads quietly. Humans would notice their own movements slow. Gestures soften. Voices lower. Energy conserved. Slower movement reduces mistakes. Care improves. Attention deepens. Life steadies. Venus would reward gentleness. Harshness costs energy. Softness preserves it. Balance matters. As you listen, feel your body relaxing further. Nothing needs effort now. Venus has no wild night sounds. No insects. No distant animals. Only quiet systems. Animals accustomed to noise might relax. No sudden calls. No hidden threats. Sleep comes easier. Humans often struggle with silence at first. Then learn to welcome it. Quiet becomes familiar. Rest deepens. This silence would be protective. No startling sounds. No alarms unless needed. Peace by design. Venus would feel like a pause between thoughts. A breath held gently. Then released slowly. Calm sustained. Let your breathing follow that image. Slow and easy. Venus removes competition from nature. No predators. No prey. Only coexistence. Animals would sense this absence. Alertness lowers. Muscles loosen. Rest becomes natural. Humans would feel it too. No survival urgency. Only maintenance. Only care. Life becomes cooperative by necessity. Sharing resources. Sharing responsibility. Sharing calm. Cooperation reduces tension. Conflict fades. Trust strengthens. Presence grows. As you listen, feel your thoughts drifting freely. They don't need direction. Venus would teach listening over reacting. Pausing before action. Observing before deciding. Stillness before movement. Animals naturally live this way. Sensing first. Acting second. Resting often. Humans would relearn this rhythm. Less impulsive. More attentive. More patient. Patience stretches time. Moments feel longer. Pressure dissolves. Sleep approaches. Venus would feel like extended twilight. Neither beginning nor end. Just continuity. Just presence. Let your body sink deeper into rest. The bed holds you fully. Venus offers no escape from responsibility. Every system matters. Every life depends on care. Attention stays close. Animals sense when they are protected. Consistent care reassures. Fear fades. Trust remains. Humans would feel purpose clearly. Care gives meaning. Routine gives structure. Calm gives rest. Meaning does not need excitement. It grows quietly. Through consistency. Through presence. Venus would simplify meaning. Keep life focused. Reduce noise. Encourage rest. As you listen, let the story fade gently. It can stay in the background. Venus has no wild unpredictability. Nothing sudden. Nothing sharp. Everything gradual. Animals thrive when change is slow. Bodies adapt. Minds relax. Sleep deepens. Humans would adapt similarly. Stress hormones lower. Breathing steadies. Awareness softens. Venus would feel emotionally quiet. Not empty. Just calm. Sustained. Venus teaches that when danger is managed, life can slow. Care can deepen. And rest can finally arrive. Venus would make safety feel intentional. Nothing accidental. Nothing assumed. Everything cared for. Animals sense when safety is real. Bodies relax. Eyes soften. Rest comes easier. Humans would feel this too. No constant scanning. No background worry. Only steady awareness. Without fear, time stretches. Moments widen. Pressure fades. Calm settles in. Venus would feel emotionally quiet. Not joyful. Not sad. Just peaceful. As you listen, feel your breathing remain slow and natural. Nothing needs attention now. Venus offers no sudden excitement. No surprises waiting outside. Life happens gently. Predictably. Animals often rest best when nothing unexpected happens. Predictability soothes instinct. Alertness lowers. Sleep deepens. Humans might miss excitement at first. Then notice peace instead. A different kind of richness. Quietly fulfilling. Peace does not demand attention. It simply exists. Waiting to be noticed. Or ignored. Venus would invite this noticing. Slowly. Without urgency. Without force. Let your body feel heavy and supported. The bed holds you effortlessly. Venus has no wild places to fear. Nothing hides in shadows. Nothing stalks unseen. Threats are managed. Animals rest deeper when threats are absent. Muscles soften. Breathing slows. Dreaming begins. Humans would experience this relief. No survival tension. Only maintenance. Only care. Maintenance is calm work. Quiet tasks. Repeated gently. Without drama. Venus would turn life into gentle maintenance. Checking systems. Caring for others. Resting often. As you listen, let your thoughts drift without shape. You don't need to follow them. Venus teaches that excitement is optional. Calm is essential. Life continues without spectacle. Quietly. Animals understand this naturally. They rest when safe. They move when needed. No extra effort. Humans would relearn this rhythm. Rest first. Action second. Silence often. This rhythm slows the nervous system. Heartbeat steady. Breath deepens. Awareness softens. Venus would feel like a long exhale. Held. Then released. Without hurry. Let your breathing mirror that exhale. Slow, gentle, easy. Venus offers no illusion of control. Only responsibility. Only care. Only balance. Animals respond well to balanced environments. Neither chaotic nor rigid. Just steady. Just safe. Humans would learn humility there. Nature sets limits. Life adapts within them. Respect grows. Humility softens behavior. Egos quiet. Voices lower. Listening deepens. Venus would reward listening. To systems. To animals. To silence. As you listen, feel the silence around you deepen. Nothing interrupts this calm. Venus would remove the illusion of endless choice. Options narrow. Focus sharpens. Clarity emerges. Animals thrive when choices are simple. Eat. Rest. Play gently. Humans might rediscover this simplicity. Less deciding. Less worrying. More being. Simplicity creates space for rest. Mental noise fades. Attention loosens. Sleep approaches. Venus teaches that when life is cared for gently, fear fades. Attention softens. And rest comes naturally. Venus would make care feel slow and deliberate. No rushing hands. No hurried steps. Only steady attention. Animals relax when movements are unhurried. Slow gestures feel safe. Gentle timing reassures. Trust grows quietly. Humans would begin to match this pace. Hands moving carefully. Voices lowered. Presence deepened. When movement slows, thoughts follow. Worries loosen. Plans soften. Awareness settles. Venus would reward slowness. Efficiency through calm. Safety through patience. Balance through care. As you listen, feel your body relaxing further. There is no hurry here. Venus has no natural cycles of chaos. No sudden disasters. No violent shifts. Only steady conditions. Animals feel calmer without chaos. Instincts rest. Alertness fades. Sleep comes easier. Humans would notice fewer spikes of stress. Heartbeat steady. Breath deepens. Nervous systems relax. Life becomes maintenance, not reaction. Caring instead of bracing. Supporting instead of defending. Resting between tasks. Venus would feel like a place between events. No peaks. No crashes. Just continuity. Let your breathing remain slow and gentle. You don't need to focus. Venus would blur the line between day and night. Light remains soft. Darkness never complete. Time feels fluid. Animals adjust easily to soft light. Eyes relax. Bodies slow. Sleep deepens gradually. Humans might sleep longer there. Without sharp mornings. Without urgent nights. Rest extending naturally. Longer rest changes perception. Thoughts slow. Reactions soften. Patience grows. Venus would quietly encourage rest. Not by command, but by environment. By design. As you listen, feel your body sinking deeper into rest. The bed supports you fully. Venus removes unnecessary noise. No traffic. No weather warnings. Only essential sounds. Animals respond well to quiet. Stress hormones lower. Breathing steadies. Sleep comes easier. Humans would notice their minds quieting too. Less internal chatter. Less planning. More presence. Quiet becomes familiar. Not awkward. Not empty. Just calm. Venus would feel like a gentle pause. Between thoughts. Between actions. Between worries. Let your thoughts float freely now. They don't need direction. Venus offers no place to run from responsibility. Care is shared. Attention required. Presence essential. Animals sense responsibility through consistency. Regular care. Predictable touch. Stable routines. Humans would grow grounded in this responsibility. Purpose becomes simple. Care becomes central. Meaning clarifies. Meaning does not need excitement. It grows in repetition. In care. In quiet effort. Venus would teach this gently. Day by day. Task by task. Breath by breath. As you listen, feel your breathing slow naturally. Nothing pulls your attention. Venus does not overwhelm the senses. Light is soft. Sound is muted. Motion is gentle. Animals thrive in such balance. No overstimulation. No constant alertness. Rest comes naturally. Humans would feel their senses rest too. Eyes less strained. Ears less alert. Bodies more at ease. When senses rest, sleep follows. Not forced. Not rushed. Just allowed. Venus teaches that calm is not emptiness. It is space. It is safety. It is rest. Venus would make care feel shared. No one alone. No task isolated. Everything connected. Animals feel safer in shared spaces. Familiar presence nearby. Quiet companionship. Calm reinforced. Humans would sense this closeness. Small communities. Shared routines. Mutual attention. Closeness reduces fear. Less uncertainty. Less isolation. More reassurance. Venus would feel emotionally contained. Nothing overwhelming. Nothing scattered. Just held. As you listen, feel your body relaxing further. You are supported here. Venus offers no dramatic scenery to distract. Attention stays nearby. Focus narrows gently. Presence deepens. Animals live naturally in the present. They notice now. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Humans would relearn this habit. Less planning. Less replaying. More resting. Living in the present softens stress. Worries loosen. Thoughts slow. Sleep approaches. Venus would quietly invite this presence. By removing excess. By simplifying life. By slowing time. Let your breathing remain slow and gentle. Nothing requires effort. Venus would make kindness practical. Gentle actions matter. Small care matters. Consistency matters. Animals respond deeply to kindness. Calm handling. Soft voices. Predictable care. Humans would become gentler caretakers. Less force. More listening. More patience. Gentleness reduces mistakes. Reduces stress. Reduces harm. Rest grows. Venus would reward gentleness quietly. Through calm. Through stability. Through rest. As you listen, feel your body sinking deeper. The bed holds you effortlessly. Venus has no natural rhythm of excitement. Life stays steady. Predictable. Even. Animals thrive when excitement is rare. Energy conserved. Stress minimized. Sleep deepened. Humans would notice this change. Less adrenaline. More balance. More ease. Balance supports health. Body systems relax. Mind quiets. Rest becomes natural. Venus would feel like a long calm stretch. No peaks. No drops. Just continuity. Let your thoughts drift without shape. They don't need direction. Venus teaches patience without instruction. No lessons spoken. Only experience. Only repetition. Animals learn patience through routine. Waiting calmly. Trusting timing. Resting between needs. Humans would learn this too. Waiting without anxiety. Trusting systems. Letting go. Letting go reduces effort. Muscles soften. Breath slows. Sleep deepens. Venus would quietly reshape expectations. Less demand. Less urgency. More allowance. As you listen, feel the quiet around you deepen. Nothing interrupts this moment. Venus offers no illusion of independence. Life depends on cooperation. Care is shared. Balance maintained together. Animals sense cooperation. Consistency builds trust. Trust allows rest. Rest restores energy. Humans would feel this shared rhythm. Moving together. Caring together. Resting together. Shared rhythm calms the mind. Predictability soothes. Connection reassures. Sleep approaches. Venus teaches that calm is not passive. It is built. It is maintained. And it gently carries life forward. Venus would make every moment feel deliberate. Nothing rushed. Nothing accidental. Everything chosen carefully. Animals feel safest when life is deliberate. Predictable care. Gentle routines. Calm surroundings. Humans would feel this steadiness too. Less urgency. Less pressure. More ease. Ease allows the nervous system to rest. Heart beats slow. Breathing deepens. Thoughts soften. Venus would quietly support this rest. Through design. Through consistency. Through balance. As you listen, feel your body sinking deeper into rest. Nothing needs effort now. Venus removes the idea of rushing ahead. There is nowhere faster to go. Only the present moment. Only care. Animals naturally live this way. Fully present. Responsive, not reactive. Resting often. Humans would relearn this rhythm. Act when needed. Rest when possible. Pause often. Pauses give space for calm. Space for breath. Space for rest. Space for sleep. Venus would feel like a long pause in motion. Not stopping life. Just slowing it. letting it breathe. Let your breathing mirror that pause. Slow, easy, steady. Venus has no sudden edges. No cliffs. No sharp weather. Everything softened. Animals relax when edges soften. Less vigilance. Less tension. More rest. Humans would notice fewer startle moments. Calm becomes default. Alertness fades. Peace settles. Peace does not announce itself. It arrives quietly. And stays. If allowed. Venus would allow peace easily. Nothing demands urgency. Nothing breaks silence. Nothing rushes time. As you listen, let your thoughts drift freely. They don't need to settle anywhere. Venus teaches that rest is not weakness. It is preparation. It is maintenance. It is care. Animals rest instinctively. Without guilt. Without explanation. Without delay. Humans would rediscover this permission. To stop. To breathe. To sleep. Sleep would feel earned gently. Not from exhaustion. But from balance. From calm living. Venus would feel like a place where sleep comes naturally. Not forced. Not chased. Just allowed. Let your body feel heavy and supported. The bed holds you completely. Venus offers no distractions to pull attention outward. Focus turns inward. Toward breath. Toward rest. Animals rest best when nothing demands attention. No threats. No alarms. Just safety. Humans would feel this relief. Mind quiets. Muscles soften. Sleep deepens. Quiet environments invite quiet minds. Thoughts slow. Images blur. Awareness drifts. Venus would naturally create this quiet. By design. By necessity. By care. As you listen, let the story fade gently into the background. You don't need to follow it anymore. Venus would reshape how life values rest. Not as reward. But as foundation. As necessity. Animals already understand this truth. Rest supports survival. Rest supports health. Rest supports calm. Humans would remember it there. In steady routines. In quiet spaces. In shared care. Rest becomes normal. Sleep becomes easy. Waking becomes gentle. Life steadies. Venus teaches that when life slows enough, sleep arrives softly. Without effort. And stays as long as needed. Venus would make rest feel essential. Not optional. Not delayed. Simply necessary. Animals rest when the environment allows it. Safety sensed. Threats absent. Sleep arrives naturally. Humans would feel this permission too. No guilt in resting. No pressure to hurry. Only balance. Balance supports healing. Bodies repair quietly. Minds reset gently. Energy returns. Venus would support this healing pace. Through steadiness. Through calm. Through repetition. As you listen, feel your body growing heavier. The surface beneath you feels steady and warm. Venus offers no sudden awakenings. No thunder. No alarms from nature. Only chosen sounds. Animals sleep deeper without interruption. Breathing slows. Muscles release. Dreams lengthen. Humans would notice longer, deeper rest. Fewer jolts awake. More gentle drifting. Sleep uninterrupted. Unbroken sleep changes everything. Mood steadies. Thoughts soften. Awareness becomes calm. Venus would quietly teach the value of continuity. Not breaking rest. Not rushing wakefulness. Letting cycles complete. Let your breathing remain slow and easy. There is nothing you need to do. Venus would make nights feel endless. Not dark. Not cold. Just softly dim. Animals adapt easily to gentle light. Eyes half closed. Bodies relaxed. Sleep lingering. Humans might drift in and out of sleep. Without worry. Without clocks. Time loosening. This drifting can feel peaceful. Thoughts blur. Images soften. Awareness fades. Venus would allow sleep to come in waves. Light sleep. Deeper sleep. Rest unfolding slowly. As you listen, feel your thoughts becoming lighter. You don't need to hold on to them. Venus teaches that survival does not require tension. Only attention. Only care. Only balance. Animals live this truth instinctively. Tension only when needed. Rest whenever safe. Energy preserved. Humans would relearn this wisdom. Saving energy. Releasing stress. Trusting calm. Trust allows rest to deepen. Muscles let go. Breath slows further. Sleep draws near. Venus would feel like a place where effort fades. Not through weakness, but through understanding. Through calm design. Let your body feel fully supported now. The bed holds you without effort. Venus would remove the pressure of productivity. No rushing to achieve. Only maintaining life. Only caring well. Animals never rush to be productive. They rest when able. Move when needed. Balance preserved. Humans would feel relief in this shift. Less proving. Less pushing. More being. Being present reduces mental noise. Thoughts slow. Focus softens. Sleep approaches. Venus would quietly encourage this presence. By removing excess. By simplifying life. By slowing time. As you listen, let the words fade gently. They don't need your attention anymore. Venus shows that rest supports survival. Not the opposite. Life endures through calm. Through balance. Animals demonstrate this daily. Rest strengthens bodies. Rest sharpens instincts. Rest preserves life. Humans would finally feel this truth. Not intellectually, but physically. Through deep rest. Deep rest feels like floating. No effort. No tension. Just support. Venus teaches that when life is steady and safe, sleep arrives quietly, stays gently, and restores completely. Venus would make time feel wide. Not fast. Not slow. Just open. Animals sense wide time instinctively. No clocks. No schedules. Only rhythm. Humans would slowly stop watching time. Moments blending together. Edges softening. Pressure dissolving. Without urgency, the body relaxes deeply. Heart beats slow. Breath lengthens. Sleep settles in. Venus would stretch moments gently. Not to delay, but to soften. To allow rest. As you listen, feel your breathing stretch naturally. Longer in, longer out. Venus offers no sharp endings. No sudden nights. No abrupt mornings. Only gentle transitions. Animals drift into sleep without ceremony. Eyes closing gradually. Bodies curling softly. Dreams arriving quietly. Humans would relearn this drifting. Not forcing sleep. Not chasing it. Letting it arrive. Letting go invites rest. Effort fades. Awareness loosens. Sleep deepens. Venus would feel like an endless evening. Light dim but present. Warmth steady. Safety constant. Let your body feel heavy now. Supported. Still. Safe. Venus removes the need to be alert. No danger approaching. No sudden change. Only calm continuity. Animals sleep best when alertness fades. Muscles soften. Breath slows. Dreaming begins. Humans would experience this fully. No background tension. No subtle vigilance. Only rest. Rest deepens when the mind feels safe. Thoughts slow. Images blur. Sleep arrives gently. Venus would hold that safety steadily. Through design. Through care. Through balance. As you listen, allow your thoughts to blur. They don't need shape. Venus would quiet the desire to control. Life flows within limits. Care replaces force. Trust replaces tension. Animals live comfortably without control. Responding. Resting. Trusting. Humans would rediscover trust. Trust in systems. Trust in care. Trust in rest. Trust loosens the mind. Releases effort. Invites sleep. Holds calm. Venus would feel like being gently carried. Not drifting away. Not falling. Simply held. Let your breathing remain slow and easy. Nothing is required of you now. Venus teaches that life does not need constant motion. Stillness sustains. Rest restores. Calm preserves. Animals understand stillness naturally. They pause often. Rest deeply. Wake gently. Humans would feel permission to pause. To stop. To rest. To sleep. Pausing dissolves tension. Muscles release. Thoughts quiet. Awareness fades. Venus would feel like permission made real. To slow. To soften. To rest. As you listen, feel your body sinking completely. The bed holds you fully. Venus offers no demand to stay awake. Nothing waits urgently. Nothing calls loudly. Everything can wait. Animals sleep when nothing calls. Instincts relax. Bodies restore. Dreams unfold. Humans would finally feel this ease. Sleep without effort. Rest without guilt. Stillness without worry. Sleep becomes natural again. Not scheduled. Not forced. Just allowed. Venus teaches that when life is safe and slow, sleep arrives softly, wraps you gently, and carries you away. Venus would make endings feel gentle. Nothing abrupt. Nothing sharp. Just gradual fading. Animals drift into rest without knowing it. Eyes closing slowly. Breath deepening. Bodies letting go. Humans would feel this drifting too. Awareness loosening. Thoughts thinning. Sleep approaching quietly. When nothing demands attention, The mind naturally rests. No effort required. No struggle needed. Venus would allow this surrender. Not forcing rest. Simply making space for it. Holding it gently. As you listen, let your breathing slow even more. In and out. Venus removes the idea of urgency. Nothing must happen now. Nothing must be solved. Everything can wait. Animals sleep best when nothing presses them. No hunger. No danger. No expectation. Humans would feel the same relief. Responsibilities pause. Concerns soften. Rest deepens. Relief allows the body to restore itself. Muscles relax fully. Breath becomes steady. Sleep settles in. Venus would feel like a long-held exhale. Quiet. Warm. Safe. Let your body feel completely supported now. There is nothing to hold. Venus teaches that rest is a natural state. Not earned. Not delayed. Simply returned to. Animals never question this. Wake when ready. Trusting balance. Humans would remember this instinct. Sleeping without worry. Waking without tension. Living gently. Gentle living slows the mind. Thoughts blur. Edges fade. Awareness softens. Venus would feel like being carried on air. Not floating away. Not falling. Just held. As you listen, allow the images to dissolve. You don't need them anymore. Venus offers no reason to stay awake. Nothing urgent waits. Nothing pulls attention. Everything rests. Animals sleep deeply in such stillness. Bodies warm. Breath slow. Dreams unfolding. Humans would feel sleep take over gently. No sudden drop. No sharp transition. Just drifting. Drifting feels safe when the world is steady. Nothing shakes. Nothing startles. Nothing interrupts. Venus would be a world where sleep is respected. Protected. Maintained. Allowed to be deep. Let your breathing remain slow and natural. Nothing needs effort now. Venus teaches that survival does not require tension. Only care. Only balance. Only rest. Animals live this truth daily. Resting often. Moving gently. Saving energy. Humans would finally feel this truth in their bodies. Not as an idea, but as calm. As sleep. Calm settles like a blanket. Warm. Even. Comforting. Venus would feel like permission to stop trying. To stop holding. To stop thinking. To rest. As you listen, feel yourself sinking fully. The story can fade away. Venus offers no pressure to wake. No reason to hurry. No demand for action. Only stillness. Animals sleep as long as needed. Bodies restoring quietly. Minds drifting freely. Dreams soft. Humans would do the same. Rest without guilt. Sleep without effort. Peace without thought. Sleep becomes the natural state again. Not forced. Not chased. Just present. Venus teaches that when life is slow and safe, sleep arrives on its own. Stays as long as needed. And carries you gently into rest. We've drifted through a quiet vision of Venus. From floating cities in endless clouds, to the gentle rhythms of rest and care. From harsh chemistry and heavy skies to something softer and more meaningful. And all the while, you've been part of this story. The elements in your body were shaped in ancient stars. The calm you feel now is written into your biology. The same laws that shape planets and atmospheres also shape your breath, your heartbeat, your need for rest. You are not separate from the universe. You are a small, warm expression of it, pausing for a moment inside its long, quiet unfolding. Tonight, as you rest, Venus continues drifting through its clouds. Earth continues turning beneath its sky. Stars continue shining, whether you watch them or not. You don't have to keep up with any of it. You can let the universe carry on without you for a while. You are safe. You are supported. You can rest now. If you happen to still be awake, you can drift into the next chapter whenever you're ready. Otherwise, I hope you sleep well and dream softly. Good night.